If the COVID-19 pandemic challenged the health system of the world and tested its crisis readiness, it also unmasked the opportunists and villains masquerading as champions of humanity. While benevolence of countries like India has been one exemplary story, China, on the other side, has emerged as a brutal opportunist who is imposing its vaccines on people. Nepali students are scared of missing out on education and employment. Hence, they have obliged and are taking Chinese vaccines.
These people standing in queue to receive Chinese COVID vaccine have no idea about its efficacy, immunogenicity, or the coercive diplomacy being played around it by Beijing. The safety concerns persist and enough data is not available. Despite that, they are being inoculated. Nepal has received 800,000 Vero cell vaccine doses from China after its first phase carried out 1 million inoculations with India-donated vaccine. This time, however, the story is not the same. Disregarding the process, Nepali authorities have asked students studying in China to get themselves administered with it first, as China won't give them entry unless they have taken Chinese vaccine and mandatorily the Chinese vaccine. Students are scared, but they don't seem to have any option.
To be completely honest, I'm quite a bit nervous about it because, we don't have really good feedbacks about it yet. So, yeah, finger crossed.
And while China has been coercing people into taking vaccines it has produced, its own people at home are raising doubts over its efficacy. Reportedly, people in Wuhan have expressed serious reservations against vaccine inoculation. Chinese vaccines that have already been rejected by a few countries are yet to receive a WHO nod. A Brazilian trial into one of the Chinese vaccines had shown its efficacy a little over just 50%. And while the world clearly seems to reject it, the Communist Party of China is imposing it on the vulnerable, poor, or those under its debt trap. It has also targeted countries whose vaccine programs are dependent entirely on others. The Nepali students too have found themselves at the receiving end of this Saturday campaign. No Chinese vaccine means an immediate and an indefinite barrier in their education. Career prospects will receive a major blow. Observers say Beijing has calculated it all.
I just want to go back to China, and as I've heard that the students that take the Chinese vaccine, they are only able to go back, so I just want to take the vaccine.
China has not been walking the talk when it comes to fostering international collaboration to fight the pandemic. While its mouthpieces have been reiterating the script suggesting China's intent to help all, the actions on the ground have reflected a contrary position. It has not only imposed its vaccines on smaller nations using its hard power, the exclusionary steps it is resorting to has made things even clearer. A red supply chain, they say, is what China ambitions for, and the initial setbacks owing to more trust being shown in American or India-made vaccines has made it desperate and even more despotic.